What's going on, you guys? What's going on? What is going on? This is your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new story time. It's been a long time since I did a story time with Scotty by Nature TV. I think this is probably the first story time I've done in months. I think the last time I did a story time was when the first few months I was in Atlanta. So this is basically like the first story time of the year. And it's been a while. And I've been saying, I'm going to do a story time. I'm going to do a story time. I'm going to do a story time. But since it ain't that much going on in the blogs and ain't that much for me to talk about, I said, okay, let's come out and do a story time. And then there's something that absolutely has happened that I felt like I wanted to talk about. But right about now, y'all, listen, it's a rainy Sunday in the ATL right now. It is raining hard as hell. And the only thing that I'm asking for is, please, don't rain so hard that I can't watch the Housewives of Atlanta. Don't fuck up the Wi-Fi, don't fuck up the lights. I don't need nothing fucking up me watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight. I don't want nothing fucking that up, okay? And that's on period. And I'm very relaxed. As you can see, I just got out the shower. I moisturized my skin. I got on my white beater. So, I'm just relaxed today. Like, I really didn't feel like, putting on a whole bunch of clothes and all that other stuff, trying to get all dude up and dapped up for the cameras. Like, I ain't feel like doing none of that. So I just decided to be a little bit relaxed and just get on here, give y'all a little story time for about 30 minutes and then push on about my business. You feel what I'm saying? But however, be on the lookout tonight. Y'all know I gotta let y'all know. Be on the lookout tonight for my review on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all know I do go live right after the show at 9:05. And then right after me, T goes live at 10:15. So you're going to watch me and you're going to go right over to giving you the real tea right after I'm done, okay? So that's how it goes. And then tomorrow is the Whether You Like It or Not panel, and it will be over on y'all's page. Now, I won't be there. As if y'all don't know, I've been dealing with some stuff internally, and I just rather do work by myself this week instead of being on panels with everybody and giving them my negative energy. I don't want to give them none of that. So I didn't do the Beyond the Gates panel with JB and Really B today, ran it with Ricardo, sat in my spot, and I'm not gonna do the Whether You Like It or Not panel tomorrow. I'm gonna sit it out because my energy is not the best. So I don't want to go up there and infect them with my bad juju. That's how I feel. Y'all will probably see me on the panel for the Beverly Hills panel, but these few days I just been taking out some time to get my energy right. So yes, those are the things that's going on Sunday, tonight, and tomorrow. And also, we will be going live for Married to Medicine on tomorrow afternoon as well. So, with that being said, we got like 50 people up in here. This is one of those lives where I don't really expect a whole lot of people to be in my live at all. I don't expect it. But if we get like 100 people in here, that'll be a success for me. But it's a story time, so I don't really expect a lot of people to be in here. But however, let's go ahead and get into the story time, right? So the name of the story time is I Feel Bad for You. Honestly, truly, I feel bad for you. And it's in regards to someone that I used to date. I dated this person 11 years ago. And if you don't remember, I told the story about this whole thing back in 2018. I did a BRU series. That's back when I used to do the BRU series videos, but I stopped using that word on my platform too much. So I decided to just name it Storytime, So I back then I did a BRU series. It was called Third Time's the Charm, and that's when I was discussing this particular situation. So there's been some things that has transpired that I found out about today. And since I didn't really have much to talk about when I could have just been working on my Rise and Fall of Keisha Cole video instead of doing this, I was tired and I was laying in my bed and I was like, you know what? I could get on here and do a story time, do something real quick, do a little 30, 40 minute story time. Let's talk about it. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit of the backstory once again. I don't mind telling this story again because some of y'all haven't been subscribed to me that long. Some of y'all didn't even know who the hell I was in 2018. So I really don't have an issue with telling y'all this story again. So, but I'm not going to go into all the specifics. I just try to give you guys the cliff notes of this particular story so y'all can understand where we're getting at, okay? Shout out to Making Your Headache. She's also another content creator that's up in here. If y'all haven't subscribed to her page, y'all go ahead and do so. So I met this person in 2014. I was turning 25 years old that year. Well, I did turn 25 years old that year. They followed me on Facebook and immediately they hit me in my DM soon after I accepted them as a friend, right? And I looked at, and when a man would hit me up back then on Facebook, I immediately go and look at their pictures and see how they look and see if there'll be somebody I'd be interested in. And let me tell y'all something about this man, honey. He was dark skinned, like I like him. He was dark skinned. He was, he wasn't muscular, but he was kind of thick. And he had his own business. He had like this bakery business back in Mississippi. He was just, I thought that he was one of the more handsome men that I dated at that time, because baby, I've dated more handsome men than that since then. But at that time, he was probably one of the more handsome and more refined men that I ever laid eyes on at that time. Because during that time, I was still finding my way. I was only 25. So all I could pick up was DL niggas, roughneck niggas, some dudes that I still, except for the DLs, because I don't do DLs no more. But I still pick up the roughnecks. I still like it. I still like a little roughneck, like MC Light. I still do. I mean, look at Bando. However, however, so he hit me up. And I'm a very humble person. Like, I'm the type of guy that really don't care what you do. Like, I don't care about your money. I don't care about what kind of job you got. I don't really care about that. Long as you treat me well, I don't care. That was really my mindset back then. But I had never dated a man who owned his own business, and he definitely owned his own business. He was very popular around the area. Everybody knew who he was, but I didn't know him. I didn't realize how popular he was until I looked at his page and started seeing how all these people loved him so much. So he had hit me up and he wanted to holler at me and stuff like that, wanted to take me out. And I remember telling my cousin about him. And the first thing he said was, "No, don't do it. He a hoe. Don't do it. He a hoe." So I was still fairly new to the gay world, although I had been out for a good 4 or 5 years now. I had been out. I had been out of the closet since I was like 19 or 20. So I've been out, but I still didn't know everybody in this world because I didn't hang out much in the gay world back home at that time or nothing like that. So I didn't know nothing about him. But he said, that's a hoe. I don't think you want to do that. He ain't gonna do you right. So when he was trying his best to holler at me and stuff like that, and he was just, trying to work his magic and stuff. And I'm the type of guy, I got a smart mouth. And a lot of times when I'm dealing with a guy and I'm meeting him for the first time, if I ain't getting smart with you, that's my way of flirting in a sense. Like I like to be a little witty when I'm talking to a guy that I'm feeling. A lot of the times if I'm being witty with you, 9 times out of 10, I want to fuck you. 9 times out of 10, I find you attractive. 9 times out of 10, that's me flirting with your ass. Like I want to get with you if my mouth is smart like that. Like period. So he told me the reason why your mouth smart is because you ain't got no real man to take care of you. That's why that's why all this other stuff. Like he was just giving me all these lines and stuff like that, real trying to be a player type of nigga and stuff like that. But I wasn't really phased at the time. Next thing you know, I looked up and he had posted like this picture of him sitting on the couch and this guy was sitting on the floor right up underneath him and they were watching TV. And he was talking about how, oh yeah, I never have an issue finding a man and all this other stuff. So I'm like, yeah, they right, he is a hoe. But then, so this was like going into the summer of 2014. So, okay, maybe we get into like July of 2014. I think he posted that picture of that dude. And by the way, those of you that's in the chat, y'all can interact because I want to hear y'all opinions. So he was so after that, he reached out to me again. He asked me out on a date again. And I was like, you know what? It's just a date. He ain't asking me to marry him. It's just a date. And I never really just been on no date before. So, you know, let's do it. Let's go out on a date. So he took me out on like this standard date. He took me to the movies and then we went out to eat afterwards. And then I think we went to the park. I'm not really sure. But it was like a little standard date for the first time. But it felt good for a man to take me out on a date. Because I had never been taken out on a date. Either I'm dating someone, they ain't taking me nowhere, we just meeting somewhere, or better yet, we in a situationship. So their true meaning of a date is we fucking and then I'm holding you all night. That's their type of thing. But I had never just been out on no real date before with a man that's paying for everything and for a man that's doing what he's supposed to do and treating me the way I needed to be treated. Never had that until he took me out that night. So it was cool. And he took me back home and we sat in the car for like another 20 minutes. And he was like, did you enjoy yourself? And I said, yes, I really did. It was much better it was better than what I thought it was going to be. I really enjoyed it. You really entertained me. We had a great time and I loved it. And he said, well, I want to tell you that I enjoy getting to know you tonight. And I want to take you out on another date next week. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's go out on another date. So I kind of liked him after that date. Because at first it was like a Tom and Jerry cat and mouse type of thing. Like he trying to get at me, but I'm running from him because I keep on hearing that he a hoe and I'm running from him and all this other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So he kissed me goodnight. And I'm like, okay, he's a gentleman. Okay. So then I go in the house and I call my cousin and we talking about it. He asked me how the day went and I tell him how I went. And we just giggling and laughing. So after that night, we were texting every day and all of a sudden he posted that he was engaged to another man literally a week after he took me out on a date. And I was confused. I was blindsided by that. I was like, engaged? Where this nigga come from? He had never even posted this person before. When he last posted a man before he asked me out, it was a whole nother dude. It was some dark-skinned dude with dreads. But this was a whole nother guy. And I'm like, where did this motherfucker come from? Where did he come from? You feel what I'm saying? And they were posting each other like every single day on Facebook. And I was just like, what the fuck? What is this? Cool. So I was upset about it. Like, bitch, I was mad. I was mad as a motherfucker. And my feelings were hurt because I really started to like him. Like, I ignored what other people said. And I was like, he might not be so bad. Everybody got a pass. That's my dumb ass trying to see the good in somebody. But I'm like, he may not be as bad as everybody think he is or whatever. But then he got engaged to someone a week after he took me out. And I'm like, this is not the same. Where did he come from? Because like I said, someone asked me, was that the same guy that was in the pic? It was not. Before he asked me out, like he asked me out 2 months after he posted a pic with this guy. He was dark skinned with dreads. He was sitting on the couch. The guy was sitting on the floor. They were watching TV. And then at this point, he said that it didn't work out with that person. So he came back to me and asked me to go out with him again. So I'm like, okay. And then I finally gave him a chance to take me out. And then a week later, he's engaged. And I'm like, what the fuck? That was in July. We still in July 2014. Weeks went by. It's August of 2014 now. It's a month later. They call off the engagement. Crazy thing about it was I was at a funeral. One of my friends, it was a guy that I used to date. His mom had passed away. And me and my cousin went to his mom's funeral. And the guy that he was engaged to was at the funeral. We saw him. But the thing about it was, he didn't know me. I didn't know him. The only reason why I knew him because he was posted. See, I was never posted, which I was absolutely fine with not being posted. I only knew who the fuck he was because he was posted on Facebook, but he didn't know who I was. So I see him at the funeral. Maybe about days after the funeral, the engagement was called off. So this is all in August. So in my mind, I wanted to, hey, Alex, in my mind, I wanted to laugh at him and I wanted to like shit on him a little bit at first, but I didn't really have the heart to do that because it was kind of like, I ain't gonna get no good karma if I'm laughing at somebody else's misfortune, despite the fact that he caused me a lot of motherfucking misfortune. Let's be clear, but I don't want to laugh at him in his pain because he seemed to be so hurt by it. So we get into the top of September of 2014. He FaceTimes me out of the blue. He FaceTimes me. He was like, hey, Scotty, how are you? I'm like, I'm fine. He was like, I know I'm probably the last person you want to hear from. And I said, you are. And he was like, I accept that. I accept that. And then he turned around and he's like, I'm sorry because you told me all the things you already went through. You told me about all the guys you dated and how they hurt you. And I told you that I would never do that to you. And I told you that um if I ever felt like I was going to move in another direction, I would just tell you. And then I said, you told me all that only for you to do exactly what everybody else did. And he was like, I know, I know. And then I said, like, you asked, you followed, you did the chase, like you really wanted to, like you really wanted to get to know me, like you really wanted to go out on a date with me, like you did all that. And only for you to be engaged the very next week after I finally give you a shot, even though everybody said you was a hoe, the whole squad said you was a hoe. You know what I'm saying? I tried to give you a shot. And you sat there and you did exactly what I asked you not to do. If you don't want me like that, just tell me. You blindsided me by getting engaged and publicizing it and not even thinking about how I felt about it. After you told me we was going out on the date the next weekend, but the next weekend you announced that you engaged to somebody. So how does that make me feel? How do you think that makes me feel, right? So he was like, I know that I let you down and I'm sorry. Like, I'm really, really sorry. And I just don't know what other way what I can do to make this right. Cause I really want to make it right because you really didn't deserve that at all. And yada, yada, yada. I said, I really don't know what you expect me to say right now. Like, it's really nothing that I can say or do. Like, I mean, you chose to do what you wanted to do. And I just don't know what to say to you at this moment. Like, yeah, you apologize and I accept it. I'm a person that can forgive when I want to. So at least you apologize. The other guys never did, but I could give you the fact that you apologize. But I don't know exactly what you want from me. I just want you to give me another chance. Like, I want to prove myself. Okay. My dumb ass, my dumb 25-year-old ass decided to give him another chance. We was talking for like a couple of weeks. This is all in September. We talking for a couple of weeks. And it was like, you know, he's trying. He's showing you, he's trying to show you that he's trying to do better. I guess, Scotty, he trying. So let's not be foolish or let's not be mean about it. Let's see what he do. Everybody makes mistakes. My dumb ass. Everybody makes mistakes, girl. He took me out on another date. And this date was a little different. Like, he took me to a restaurant, but it was to this restaurant that I'd never been to. So we had fun that night. Like that date was even better than the last one that we went on. This time I stayed over. I stayed at his house that night. And so um I stayed at his house, and then the next morning we woke up and he was getting ready to take me back home the next morning. So as we're sitting in the car, y'all, this man is crying. Like crying, like we listening to gospel. It's a Sunday morning going into afternoon. He's listening to gospel music, crying, and I have no idea what he's crying about. So I'm like, "Hey, what's wrong?" Nothing. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. And I'm like, "What's wrong? Like you really over here crying your eyes out? What's wrong?" You know what I mean? Like I felt like we had a great night last night. You know, the vibes were vibing. Like, what's wrong? He wouldn't tell me what was wrong. So he dropped me off at the house. He gave me a hug. He said he was going to call me later. And I was like, okay. I'm at home for about 2 hours. He texts me his new number because he got his number changed. But then he posts on Facebook a picture of him in bed with his ex. The same bed that I just crawled up out of. The same bed I slept in with you the night before where we laid up and you got your arms around me and stuff the whole night. Now your ex is in that same bed with you and y'all on the picture together, and I only been gone for at least 4 or 5 hours, and you just gave me your new number, but then an hour later you posted up with your ex. And this is a whole nother person. It's not the one that he was just engaged to. It was not the one that he was dating before we went out on our first date. It was his very first fiance from a long time ago. His very first fiance, who is now my best friend. Go figure. But his very first fiance. Very first. So at this point, he's been engaged twice. So he's in bed with his very first fiance. They just laid up, fully clothed, but just laid up on Facebook. And he's thanking him for being there for him in his time of need and when nobody else was. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Are you serious right now? Honey, I was furious. When I say I was furious, I was furious. So that was like the last weekend of September of 2014. So we're going to October, honey. Going to October. I wasn't seeing nobody. I wasn't really talking to nobody. My heart was broken, honestly. I can't even sit up here and lie to you. Keisha Cole had a song out back then. It's a song that nobody likes, but it's a song called I Remember Part 2. I Remember Part 2. Nobody liked that song, but I love that song. And that song pretty much, honestly, described every single thing I felt during that situation. Anytime I hear that song, um, anytime I hear that song, it take me back to that time. And Harold, no, the fiance was a man. It wasn't a woman. It was a man. It was a man. So anytime I hear it, because like Keisha Cole, I don't like. I want to say I want to say some of the words. I don't want to sing the words because you know how people are when you sing on videos. The song opened up with Keisha Cole saying, "All the things you said, I got to get you out my head because you're trying to make me believe that you're the only one for me. But something don't seem right though, because we argue all the time and we fuss and fight. It just don't seem worth it, even though we gotta have so much on the line. My family keeps telling me everything will be okay. but it just don't seem right. And then the chorus goes, everything that you told me, everything you said we'd be, don't you remember? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh my God, that song would make me cry every time I hear it. And then I wrote songs about this man too. There's several songs I wrote about him. And so we go into the club, me and my friend, my best friend Sammy, we go into the club. He's on Facebook and he's saying, I'm out to dinner with my boo. I'm out to dinner with my boo. So I know he wasn't talking about me. So we go into the club. Next thing you know, he shows up at the club with the same ex that he was just in the picture in bed with, his very first fiance. They come to the club together. And I see them together and I'm pissed. Not at the guy, because I don't know him. He don't know me. So what in the fuck do I look like get mad with him? He don't know me like that. You feel what I'm saying? So they come to the club together. And guess what? All their friends run up to them. I'm so glad you guys are back together. Y'all are back together. I got to sit back and watch this, y'all. This is all happening in my face. Oh my God, I'm so glad y'all are back together. Not only are they back together, this nigga gonna say, we not just back together, we engaged. Another engagement? Bitch, we in October of 2014. You was just engaged in July of 2014. What the fuck? Y'all engaged too? I know you proposed to this guy years ago. Maybe about 2 years ago, y'all, you proposed to the same person. But the thing is, you just ended an engagement in August. We're in October and you're engaged again. Okay. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting there with my drink in my hand, watching this whole thing play out in my face. Imagine how I felt sitting there, y'all. Imagine how I felt sitting there. So, as I'm sitting there with my friend was like, Scotty, we can leave if you want to be honest. Like, we can leave if you want to, because you don't really have to sit here and be subjected to this. And I'm like, I'm fine. Like, I came here to have a good time. I don't give a fuck. Like, but I put that front on knowing that I gave a fuck. I put that front on knowing that my feelings was indeed hurt. So while his fiance at the time is going over there with his friends, he walks over there where me and my best friend is at, sits right next to me, and says, "Hey, Scotty, I haven't seen you in a while." What? And I'm just sipping on my drink like, I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Listen, I know this might be a little awkward for you, and I understand why it is. And I'm sorry. But I came over here because, it is Halloween, and my birthday is next month, and I'm having a birthday party. And I would love for you and your friend to come to my birthday party. No matter what's going on right now, I still have love for you, and I would love for you to be there." I said, "No, that won't be happening." And he's like, "Why won't you come? Don't you care for me? Like, I thought we had something." And I looked at my friend and I'm like, "Let's go. I cannot do another second of this. Let's go." And so me and my friend, we got up and we left. And I didn't say a word back home. I ain't say a word because I was so confused at this moment. So that was in October. It's Christmas Eve of 2014, y'all. It seemed like I'm telling this story all over again, but some of y'all probably don't even know this story. So it don't even matter. I got to give y'all the backstory in order for y'all to understand why I feel bad for the person now. So it's 2014 Christmas Eve now. I worked all day. I'm at home. I get a phone call. From who? Him. I answer the phone and I'm like, hello? Scotty, I really need you right now. Can you please talk to me right now? I need you right now. And I'm like, I say, are you crying? Can you please talk to me right now? I really need someone to talk to. I tried to call everybody I could, but you the only person that I know that could really understand me right now. Can you please talk to me? And here I am, my stupid ass. Here I go. I'm like, okay, calm down. What's wrong? He's threatening to commit the biggest. He's threatening to off himself. And that struck a nerve with me. And y'all know why. So he's threatening to off himself right now. And I'm trying to talk him off the ledge. And it's kind of like after he calmed down, he explained what happened. Him and this certain person, the fiance, are no longer together. The fiance left him for another man, and the other man came and picked up his fiance and left. He packed up all his shit and had his new man come and get the shit out the house, honey. That's what happened. And he cried his eyes out. Like he cried, honey. He cried. He threatened to off himself. And I felt so bad for him. I felt bad for him. Despite every single thing that this man had done to me, I still feel bad for him. Still feel bad for him. So I'm like, okay, I ain't even gonna play you or do you like that. Like I'm not even gonna, you know what I'm saying? So I sat there and I listened to him, and then he thanked me for being there for him. So he changed my name in his phone to Rock. Like he would instead of calling me Scotty, he called me Rock. And the reason why he would call me Rock is because he was playing off of the Beyonce song Rock. You are my rock. He was saying I was his rock at the most dark time that he was facing, whatever. So I felt bad for him, but I wasn't expecting nothing to come up out of this. I just felt like I did my good deed on Christmas Eve, and that was it. So after Christmas Eve, he was texting my phone on some friendly stuff. It really wasn't nothing that big. So it's a new year, 2015. I'm planning for my birthday. And once again, he's still talking to me. He's still texting me. And I went to New Orleans for my birthday. We took a trip to New Orleans, me and my friends. And he texted me and he was like, happy birthday, babe. Where are you at? I want to take you out. I said, I'm in New Orleans. And he was like, and I was like, what happened? And so he said, I want to take you out. I want to take you out. I said, well, next week I'm going to be off work. So, if you want to take me out for my birthday, you can still do so next week. And he was like, okay, cool. Bet I'm going to plan some now. All right. So I was off the next weekend and he had all these plans. Like he planned to take me out. And the thing was, he took me out of town. We went on a little trip. We went on a road trip. And he paid for everything. He paid for the room. He bought all my clothes. He bought my shoes. He paid for my food. He paid for everything. I didn't have to come out of pocket for anything. He paid for everything. I must say that. I had met one of his clients and things like that. So it was really a good time. And we spent like that entire weekend together. And we were in that room and he said something along the lines of, I really want this to work out. I really feel like you are the one for me. You stuck by me through times where you probably didn't even need to, and all this other shit. Like just giving me just selling candy all up in my ear, as the dream was saying. Just selling candy all up in my ear. Buttering me up to get hurt all over again. And it was just like, okay, and I'm sitting up here thinking, well, maybe third time's the charm. But I'm a fool. I'm stupid because I still got feelings for the boy. So it's just like I'm just settling for what he's saying. The trip was amazing. He brought me back home and everything was cool. But then it went from it went from him texting me every day, every couple of hours to I text you at 7 a.m. I don't get no text back till like 5 in the afternoon. I text you at 7 a.m. I don't get no text back until 11 o'clock that night. I text you on Monday morning. I don't hear from you till Tuesday afternoon. I text you on Wednesday morning and I don't hear from you until Saturday. Then after we text on Saturday, then a week goes by and I don't hear from you no more. So the communication started to slack again. And I'm like, okay, something's going on. Something's going on and I don't know what's going on, but something is going on right now. This is the end of February right here. And I remember exactly what was happening during this time. Empire had just started, and that was our show. We used to love some Empire. And I remember what song came out around this time. Sierra had just dropped, I Bet. Rico Love had just dropped Somebody Else. And also, K. Michelle's Anybody Want to Buy a Heart album had been out for a good 2 to 3 months. So I was playing that all day, every day. So he started ghosting me. And then the next thing you know, y'all, it's March. So it's been a few weeks. It's been maybe 2 weeks since I've spoken to him because he's not answering my text messages no more. It's like the second week of March. I wake up one morning, I'm off. I wake up, pick up my phone, log into Facebook. You won't even believe it. He's engaged for a third time to somebody else. Engaged again to someone else after you just took me on a trip for my birthday. And at this point, I had enough. I was over it. I couldn't even take it no more. I was over it. I was done. Like, I was so pissed off. It was nothing more that I could say. And I would see that the dude that he had that had announced that they was like getting married or something like that, he had posted like a screenshot of the FaceTime. These bitches would be on FaceTime for 10 hours at a time. No wonder he couldn't answer my text messages. Because he's sitting up on FaceTime with niggas all day. So for the third time, I had to sit back and I had to watch this. And this was the moment where I was like, you know what, Scotty, how foolish can you be? Like, what are you doing? I was humiliated, but I got to be humiliated privately. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one got to see me be humiliated because no one knew that that I was even dealing with this man because I kept my affairs private. So no one knew, but my friends knew. And I was just embarrassed and humiliated just to see this even happening again. And I was just like, so I remember making a post on Facebook. And it was the lyrics to the Rico Love song, Somebody Else. And the pre-chorus went like, and I know we can't turn back time. And I know we can't right those wrongs. But at least inside my mind, it doesn't seem like you're gone. Even though I know that you're too busy, loving somebody else. Because you're a million miles past gone. I wish my bed was warm, but you're loving somebody else. I made that a post. And then there was another post I made the next day because I was listening to Sierra. And it was like, I bet you start loving me soon as you start loving someone. Soon as I start loving someone else, somebody better than you. I made that post. And then it was another post that I had made because I was just heartbroken at that moment. Like it was a whole lot of sad love songs in my statuses. Because I was listening to K. Michelle, Maybe I Should Call, and I would listen to her Miss You Goodbye. And it was like one thing where she says, I wish that you could feel this pain so you could understand. And I was just like, that's how I was throughout March and April. It's May. It's April. And he texts me out of the blue a month after he announces that he's engaged. He texts me to ask me how I'm doing, and I didn't respond. So when he realized I didn't respond, probably maybe about an hour or so later, he says, I really hope you're okay because I saw a post that you made, and I really feel like that post was about me. And I just felt like we were better than that, to where if you had an issue with me, you would talk to me about it. What? So I'm like, they're song lyrics. What make you think that they're about you? And so he's like, what else could it be about? And I said, are you aware that you are a fucked up individual? And he's like, at the end of the day, Scotty, I thought that we were better than this. Like, I can't believe that you would make a post about me on Facebook. And why would you do that? And it's like, like if you felt some kind of way, and I understand where we are right now, but if you had feelings about it, why you just didn't pick up the phone and call me? And I said, the same way you didn't pick up the phone and call me to let me know that you was getting engaged for a third motherfucking time, the same way that you had a had the gall to blindside me for a third motherfucking time. What make you think I need to reach out to you and tell you any motherfucking thing? Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I went in on his ass, and I think that had been for the months of him playing with me for so long. And he just continuously gaslit me and made me feel like I was wrong for feeling some type of way about what he did. I'm like, what? Who raised you? Are you serious? Next thing you know, a month goes by and he's in my city. I didn't know he was even in my city. He texted me to let me know that he was in my city. He sent me nudes that I didn't ask for. And then he asked me, could he get in my goods? Mind you, he's still engaged. Sending me nudes and asking, can he fuck me? The answer, he didn't get one. He didn't get an answer. Then I didn't answer. Then I noticed that he stopped posting photos with him and that guy. And then that's when he reached out to me again and said to me, I know that you don't want to talk to me, and I know that you're upset, but I really need to talk to you. So in the midst of that, he tells me, I'm just letting you know that things are not going right in my life, and things with me and my fiance ain't going right. And right now we're not speaking, and we're not together, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, why is he telling me this? Why would I give a fuck? Why do I care? And why are you talking to me about it? Why every time something goes wrong, you come to me? Why? Maybe because you know that I'm going to allow you to come back. That may be why. But this time it wasn't going to work out for me. Like, I just know. Then, next thing you know, the nigga, I guess they made up and he posted on Facebook. The picture stopped. We didn't. Yes, you did. Why are you lying? But okay. So that was probably the last time I spoke to him. The last time I ever talked to him in my life. The last time. Later on that year, because we're still in 2015, they got married. Him and the guy got married. Now we go on to 2016. Now, if you go back and you remember the story, the part of the story where I stated that we was all at the club at the same time and he was with his very first fiance and they told everybody they was engaged again or whatever. He started commenting, that guy started commenting under my post on Facebook. Just being friendly. And I didn't know how to take that because I knew that he was with him. He used to be with him. He was engaged to him. So I was just like, okay, I wonder what this is about. But he started being really, really cool with me. Like, we'll talk through the inbox and all this other shit. And as we started getting real cool, I said, I can't be cool with him and not tell him that I used to talk to his ex-fiance. I called him because we had exchanged numbers and everything. I called him and I told him, listen, we're getting close and I don't want to get close to you and you not know this. He said, I already know that you used to talk to him. So he knew the whole time. I said, so you knew about it? He said, yes. He said, I said, so why? So it's easy for you to be friends with me then, knowing that I used to deal with this. We used to deal with the same person. He was like, he's a manipulator. And I knew that he was manipulating you. I was aware of everything that he did. You didn't know me. You didn't know nothing about me. I didn't know nothing about you. So why would I be mad with you again? This was 2016. And me and that fiance are best friends right now. He was one of the main, besides Jamar, besides Tremel, besides Carl, besides Bando, he was one of the main people that talked me into moving to Atlanta. He was at my birthday dinner, all that. He's on pictures with me, all that. I went to his wedding last year. Me and Jamar, we went to his wedding last year. We're really best friends. So we became best friends. Later on that year, something happened with the guy in question, not the fiance, but the dude that we all talked to. He was going through a divorce. And apparently, the divorcee was cool with my now best friend. But the divorcee hated me. And I didn't know why he hated me because I didn't know him. I didn't know nothing about him. And I didn't understand why. Because he was coming at me so hard on Facebook. Like him and his friend pretty much verbally attacked me on Facebook and said that I was a home wrecker and that I was messing with a married man and all this other stuff. And I promise you, I swear for God and crackers and cheese, that the entire time I was talking to that man, he was not married. He was not married when I was talking to him. Anytime I talked to him, he was single. I will always be blindsided by a random ass engagement every time we go somewhere. But other than that, he was not a married man when I was talking to him. So I don't know why he was so mad at me. I don't know if he saw the fact I don't know if he went through his phone and saw the news that was sent to me. I don't know if he went through his phone and saw that the dude was trying to, was coming to me, telling me shit about their relationship. I don't know, but he had a hard on for me and he couldn't stand me. And my new best friend had my back the whole time. And he was like, why are you coming at him again? He don't know you. You don't know him. He don't owe you nothing. And you don't owe him shit. So why are you mad at him? And I was just like, what's really going on? That boy hated me. And we never even had an interaction. We never met in person. So I was so confused as to why he hated me. But then time went on. Um, so that was like the end of any dealings with that person. That was 2016. Now here we are. We're in 2025. He, as of a year or so ago, got married again to someone else. So this is his second marriage. And, they'll be on social media doing a thug thizzle and stuff like that. And I do know that when my friend was unalived in 2023, I started forgiving people and having hard conversations with people that I felt I needed to have those hard conversations with. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to make amends with people and just rid my heart of the resentment and the animosity that I had. He was one of those people that I wanted to reach out to. Not to apologize, because I did nothing wrong to apologize to him about. Not to even extend an olive branch, because I didn't do anything to him. But just to clear my heart of all the resentment. Because if you must know, he is the person that I blame for my trust level being where it is. I don't trust any man unless they're my friend. And sometimes I don't even trust them. But that was probably the worst experience I ever had with a man is him. That was the worst love and hip hop ghetto ass experience I have ever had with any man. So I had already went through heartbreaks before him, but that right there was heartbreak times 10. And he manipulated me so much. He gaslit me so much. He made me feel like I was wrong when I wasn't. And he made me be okay with the betrayal and made me be okay with what people change. Oh, you can give him another chance. He just didn't know what he wanted. All this other stuff, right? So I never reached out to him. I wanted to, but I never did. Because I felt like forgiveness is for you, and you can forgive a person without even talking to them. So I remember me and Bando were at the bar. I had posted a picture of us at the bar. Bando had posted the picture first, but I think I did it. I did too. I think I put it in my IG story, and my IG story is connected to my Facebook story. And I reposted it to my story, and he saw it, and he hearted the story with me and Bando. He hearted it. And I was like, we ain't had no type of interaction at all in years. So that was kind of odd. And then I hear that he is no longer with his second husband. And that is where the I feel bad for you comes in at, because it's like you are still not fulfilled in your life. And I really feel bad for him at this point. Because it's like you watch someone that you used to date go to man after man, holding this hand, holding that hand, putting a ring on this finger, that finger, this finger, going to the altar with this one, going to the altar with that one. You see that, And it's like, is he ever going to be fulfilled? Like, is he ever going to find the space to love himself? Because it's like, does he love himself enough to know that he is enough instead of always trying to be with some man to make him happy? Like, those are questions that I needed the answers to. Because I felt bad when I heard that. Like, I'm like, he getting another divorce? Like, and I don't know how true that is, but they were saying that he was getting another divorce. And I was just like, another one? Like, I feel horrible for him, honestly. Like, I just feel like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But, and I'm guessing it's because I'm grown. And, when I dealt with that man, I was 25 years old, 25 and 26 years old when I dealt with that man. Here I am, 36. And he's about to be 30. If I'm 36, he's probably, because he probably turned 39 in November. He's probably going to be 40 this year, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be 40 this year. And with all of the success that he's had and with his business and all that, you would think that he would be good and happy. But sometimes I think he's just one of those people that I look at and I know that they did me wrong. And I'm like, he has a lot to heal from. And I know that I'm still healing from the things that he did to me. I mean, he's one of the reasons why I have a lot of baggage. He's one of the reasons, if not the reason why I have a lot of baggage, emotional baggage, where um I don't trust people. And Nikki, I never said I was in love with him, and I never said that we smashed. I didn't say anything about having sex. So what are you talking about? I said I had feelings for him. I didn't say I was in love with him. Get it straight. And who are you to tell me how I'm supposed to feel? Like, some people fall in love in 2 weeks with just one date. Who are you to judge? I never said nothing about smashing. If I fucked somebody, I would have just said it. But anyway, I felt bad for him. And I'm like, we can't go in life doing the same things we've been doing. We can't go in life doing the same things. So I'm like, maybe, maybe it's because I've grown a lot. Maybe that's the problem. I ain't gonna say the problem. Maybe I feel bad for him because I've grown. Does that make sense? Because I don't wish no bad on him. Like, I never wished anything bad on him. I just said that karma was gonna be a bitch to him. That's what I said. But I never wished anything bad to happen to him. Because I never wanted him to be unhappy. I never wanted him to feel, I never wanted that for him. But in a sense, I just felt like he needed a taste of his own medicine. Because you just don't go around playing with people's feelings and then say you love someone and you don't really love them. Because if you want to be honest if you want me to be honest, because I never said nothing about loving somebody. He said he loved me. That's what he said. He said he loved me. He said that quite a few times, that he loved me. And I believed him. As foolish as that was, I believed what he said. Because, he was so convincing. Why wouldn't I believe him? He was convincing as a mother, manipulating the shit out of me, gaslighting the shit out of me. Why wouldn't I believe what he said? So That was a situationship from hell, is what that was. That was the situationship from hell, because it wasn't no relationship, but it was a situationship from hell. The only good thing that came out of that, y'all, is the fact that I gained a best friend from that. And it was with a person that he was one of the people he was engaged to. I gained a long time best friend from that. Me and that boy been best friends now for 9 years. 9 years. And I don't regret it. Sometimes I feel like I went through all that and gained something positive out of it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I gained something positive from it. As negative as that situation was, and as hard as it was for me to deal with it, I gained something from it. Something that I cherish. So, that's what happened. So it's like I feel it's so now that's why I'm like, I feel bad for you. I feel horrible for you, as a matter of fact. I feel bad for you. So, like I said, in the streets of Potomac, they're saying that he's divorcing and all that. Like, I just can't go through my many years and the many days of my life doing the same thing over and over again. You feel what I'm saying? So I guess I can wish him well, I guess. Like, and when I say that I hate Sagittarius men, that's why I hate Sagittarius men. He was a Sagittarius man. He was a Sagittarius man. That's why I don't like Sagittarius men. That's why. Because of him. So I think you get my drift now. That's why I don't like Sagittarius men. Them ain't my kind of people, honey. Ain't my kind of people. But y'all, the glow up has been on point. I'm not even the same person. I'm not even the same person I was when I dated that guy. Like, I'm not even the same person. Like, the teeth is different, the skin is different, the clothes is different, the attitude is different, the hustle is different, everything's different. I ain't the same person. So if I ever ran into him anywhere, it probably wouldn't even be no bullshit. I'd probably say, hey, how you doing? Going on about my business. It probably wouldn't even be no big deal for me. But I feel bad for him though. Because how can you love somebody else when you don't love yourself? That's the hardest thing to do, is to try to love somebody when you don't love your damn self. That's the hardest thing to do. And that is the weirdest thing to be trying to do. Why you out here trying to love other folks? You can't even love you. You got to love you first. You can't be trying to pour into somebody else when you can't even pour into you. And you got to learn how to be by yourself. You got to learn how to be by yourself. Learn how to be by yourself. Find yourself. Need yourself. Love yourself. And that was my story time for today. We had over 200 people in here. I'm surprised. I need to start back giving y'all some story times though, because I ain't gave y'all no story time in a while. But I'm gonna give y'all another one. I'm gonna give y'all another story time because I got a lot to talk about, baby. I got a whole lot of stuff to talk about, y'all. So y'all, I'm out of here. I see you guys because I'm finna go on and get up off of here because Real Housewives of Atlanta is about to come on in less than 30 minutes. And I see y'all then. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.
It's on some whole shit. What happened to the Zeus fame? Then Bobby made you change your name. For a show, still searching for a ring. Pray these hoes find better days. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody. Cut off everybody. Don't trust nobody. Play with everybody. Don't have nobody. No nobody. Nigga never was a real one. Copping please, spreading lies, what you hiding from? All these shows just an extra.
Hey, Muddy, bring that bitch back in.
Lick me, fuck me, crack